Shalom to the family. Pray this video finds you well, and thank you for stopping by. This video is in regards to Floyd Schofield Sr. and Floyd Schofield Jr. Surely everyone has seen the mess that's unfolded the past couple of days, especially the bit about Floyd Sr. abusing his girlfriend. I look to Senior's behaviors in general, what we've seen. I'm not really surprised. He comes off as very effeminate, and I have been known to say that men like that, they will put their hands on women. Do I mean all? Absolutely not. But there are men with those behaviors, and it just seems they have no qualms fighting with a woman physically. I feel bad for Junior because we have witnessed him taking a back seat to his father, when indeed it is Floyd Jr. who we watch and look to grow in the sport of boxing. I don't have an issue with fathers that are managers or coaches, but I do take issue with any parent falling over themselves, stepping on their children's toes to be seen and heard. And it's not about you. It's one thing to want good things for your children, and it's a whole nother thing to live vicariously through them. And that's what I see with Senior. Sometimes I question whether he does have the Napoleon complex, because he's small and he's got a lot of mouth. And it's like bluster. You're putting on an air to make it seem like you're big and bad, as well as your son, but let your son's hands do the talking. Let his skill do the talking for how big and bad he is. It's really sad to see this man threatening this woman, first of all, her life, then commence to physically attacking her. And clearly there's a cut there, so there's no telling what all he did while she was on that floor, both in the chair and later on across the room. It was also very sad to see Floyd Jr. come into the room to confront his father, and for his father to tell him to leave. It makes me think of how he treats his son, denying him water, cursing him out in the ring. He, as in Kid Austin, he needs to, if not have a break, separate from his father until that man can get his anger issues under control. Not only could this video ruin Kid Austin, and that's sad to say because it is not him personally doing what we saw in this video, but public opinion, it accounts for a lot, and it could be a mar on his career. People love sensationalism, people love drama and negativity, and that can always pop its head back up even later on down the line in this man's career. He should separate from his father until his father gets his anger issues under control. Because, again, the things that he's done to his own son in that ring as a coach who is responsible for, directing and assuring that there's a level of comfort and security in him being a coach in a fight, we've seen him fail in that because of his own anger or hang-ups, whatever was going on with that man. I've never been crazy about Kid Schofield as a fighter. I have never been crazy about his father as a coach or a trainer. And I'll just be real as an individual. And, that's no skin off his teeth. I know he doesn't care, but I don't like the man. We make jokes and we call him auntie and Mrs. this and that. But realistically, it's just a bad look as a man. And I'm not a man to say that. But as a black woman, to see a black man out here conducting himself the way he does, treating his son as he does, the whole world sees that. That's not a good example for us. I just wish Kid Austin the best, even though I'm not a fan of his per se at all. I do have compassion. I do feel for him. The next day after that video dropped, and to try to throw in people's face that he's still with this woman and that he's made amends, and that's fine. That's great. If she chose to stay with you, great. But we all know these type of situations, yeah, you make amends. Yeah, that person is still with you. But the question is, are you still putting your hands on that woman? And it's easy to say, she's choosing to stay. If you're not a battered woman, you really have no room to speak. I wish the best for Kid. I hope that at some point he can gather up the nerve to do what he needs to do for himself and make his career a great career with or without his father. I hope that his father can get himself together and understand that this is not about him and that his actions actually have a bearing on his son's career. I'd just like to thank you all for listening to me babble on here about this. It's very sad and it's a very serious situation. No, it's not any of our business, but it's out here in the public. Therefore, I will speak to it. I pray you all are blessed and that you have a wonderful evening. And thanks for stopping by. Shalom.